What you're about to hear is going to make your blood boil. And I'm not talking about some small backstage drama or social media argument. I'm talking about something that could shake up the entire world of professional wrestling as we understand it. AJ Styles, the phenomenal one, the performer who has carried this industry on his shoulders for 2 decades, is injured. And how it went down, the silence from WWE, the complete and total disrespect shown to one of the greatest performers to ever step into a wrestling ring, this isn't just another injury update. This is a tragedy. This is everything that's broken about how WWE treats their legends, and I'm about to reveal it all. So get ready, because what I'm about to share with you is going to make you question everything you believed you knew about how this company works. Hello, viewers. If you're new here, please don't forget to like and hit the subscribe button for daily updates on WWE Raw. Let me paint the picture for you. Friday night. The arena is electric. Thousands of fans filling up the building and millions watching from home. AJ Styles versus Gunther, a dream match that wrestling fans have been craving for months. 2 totally different styles, 2 totally different eras. The high-flying, risk-taking phenomenal one against the ring general, the most brutal champion we've witnessed in years. And let me tell you something, this match delivered. For 18 minutes, these 2 warriors put on an absolute masterclass. AJ was moving around that ring like he was 25 years old again. Gunther was chopping AJ's chest so hard you could hear it in the back rows. Back and forth, counter after counter. This was wrestling at its best. But then, at the 17-minute mark, something went terribly wrong. AJ went for his signature phenomenal forearm. You know the one. He springs off the ropes, flies through the air like he's breaking every rule of physics, and crashes into his opponent with that devastating forearm strike. It's the move that's won him championships on 3 different continents. The move that's made him a legend. Except this time, something was different. As AJ placed his foot on the second rope to launch himself, you could see the hesitation, that quick moment where his knee buckled. And when he came down after Gunther moved out of the way, AJ didn't get up. He couldn't get up. The camera caught it, that look of pure pain on his face, the way he immediately grabbed his right knee and started shaking his head. The referee threw up the X. You know what that means. That's the signal that tells everyone, this isn't part of the show. This is real. This is a real injury to a real human being who just put his body on the line for our entertainment. And what happened next is where this story goes from bad to completely unforgivable. Now, you would think that when a 47-year-old legend, a man who's given everything to this business, gets injured in the middle of a big match, WWE would handle it with some dignity, right? Some respect? Wrong. Dead wrong. Instead of stopping the match, instead of getting AJ the quick medical attention he clearly needed, you know what happened? Gunther was told to end it quick. The referee whispered something to the ring general, and within 30 seconds, Gunther hit a big boot followed by a powerbomb and got the 3 count. AJ Styles, the AJ Styles, was pinned while truly injured, unable to defend himself in what should have been a competitive showcase match. Let that sink in for a moment. But it gets worse. Oh, it gets so much worse. The cameras immediately cut away. They went to a backstage segment they clearly had ready to go. Commentary barely mentioned what just happened. Michael Cole gave some basic line about AJ Styles showing incredible heart but coming up short against the ring general. No mention of the injury. No mention of the clear distress AJ was in. Nothing. They played Gunther's music, showed him celebrating like he just won the greatest match of his career, and moved on to the next segment like AJ Styles wasn't being helped to the back by 2 referees and a trainer, unable to put any weight on his right leg. Social media went crazy. Fans in the arena were chanting, "Thank you, AJ," while WWE pretended like nothing happened. The gap was huge, and for the next 3 hours, WWE didn't say a single word about AJ's condition. Not one word. Do you understand how disrespectful that is? This is a man who left everything on the line in TNA, became the face of New Japan Pro Wrestling's worldwide expansion, built the modern indie scene, and then came to WWE at 38 years old and still became WWE champion. A man who's main evented WrestleMania. A man who's had match of the year possibilities with everyone from John Cena to Roman Reigns to Daniel Bryan. And WWE couldn't even give the fans an update on his condition? The official WWE website? Nothing. Their social media? Silent. It was like they were hoping we'd all just forget about it and focus on whatever other storyline they wanted to push that night. But we didn't forget. We don't forget. While WWE was keeping their wall of silence, the wrestling journalism community was working overtime to get answers, and what they discovered is absolutely infuriating.
According to multiple sources backstage, and I'm talking about people who were actually there, people who saw what happened behind the curtain, AJ was immediately taken to the trainer's room. The first assessment, a severe knee injury, possibly a torn MCL, possibly ACL damage, possibly a meniscus tear. At his age, with his history of knee problems, this could be career-threatening. Let me repeat that, career-threatening. And WWE said nothing. But here's where it gets even more shady. Apparently, there was a discussion among WWE management about whether they should even acknowledge the injury on their programming. Some executives wanted to pretend it was all part of the storyline. Can you believe that? They wanted to work an injury angle out of a real injury without even confirming if AJ would be okay. One source, who spoke on condition of staying anonymous because they feared losing their job, told wrestling reporter Dave Meltzer that the current WWE leadership structure, was concerned about optics. They didn't want fans worrying about AJ's health because it might overshadow the other storylines they had planned for the evening. Read that again. They didn't want us worrying about a legend's health because it might hurt their precious storylines. This is a company worth billions of dollars, a company that loves to pat itself on its back for its wellness policy and how much they care about their performers. And they couldn't be bothered to tell the fans, the people who pay to watch these shows, whether one of the greatest wrestlers of all time was going to be okay? According to insider reports, AJ was in clear distress backstage. He was frustrated, angry, and in significant pain. Medical staff wanted to send him to a local hospital immediately for an MRI, but there was apparently some hesitation because WWE wanted their own doctors to handle it first. Why? Control the narrative, control the information, make sure nothing gets out that they don't want getting out. Meanwhile, AJ's wife and family had to find out about the injury from social media. They had to watch clips of their husband and father getting hurt and then wait hours without any official word from the company about his condition. How is that acceptable? How is that treating your performers like family, which is what WWE loves to claim they do? But here's the thing that makes the situation even more maddening. This isn't the first time WWE has handled a veteran's injury with this level of carelessness. Let's take a walk down memory lane, shall we? Remember when Daniel Bryan suffered those career-threatening concussions? WWE downplayed it for months. They kept putting him in matches when he should have been getting brain evaluations. It took Daniel himself having to basically force the company to take his health seriously. What about Edge? He had to retire in 2011 because of neck injuries. The warning signs were there for years, but WWE kept pushing him harder and harder until his body literally couldn't take it anymore. What about CM Punk? Love him or hate him, the man wrestled with a staph infection that could have killed him because WWE doctors misdiagnosed it and told him to keep working. Rey Mysterio talked about working through injuries because if you didn't, you'd lose your spot, you'd be forgotten, you'd be replaced. This is the culture WWE has created, a culture where performers are afraid to speak up about injuries because they might lose their position on the card, a culture where management puts short-term ratings and storyline momentum over the long-term health of their talent. And now we're seeing it happen to AJ Styles. AJ, who's been a model professional since day one in WWE, who's never complained publicly, who's done every wild storyline they've thrown at him with a smile on his face, who's made everyone he's worked with look like $1 million, who's been a locker room leader and mentor to younger talent. This is how they repay him? Let me tell you something else that's not sitting right with me. AJ has been vocal, politely but vocal, about wanting to slow down, about wanting to move to a part-time role so he can spend more time with his family, about wanting to preserve his body for the final years of his career. And what did WWE do? They kept booking him in these brutal matches with guys like Gunther who work a hard style. Nothing against Gunther, he's incredible and he works safely, but those chops hurt. Those power bombs take a toll, especially on a body that's been through what AJ's has been through. There were rumors that AJ specifically requested fewer physical matches, that he wanted to do more character work, more promos, more storytelling that didn't require him to take crazy bumps every single night. Did WWE listen? Did they adjust his schedule to protect one of their most valuable assets? What do you think? Now, let's talk about what we actually know about AJ's injury, because in the 48 hours since this happened, some information has finally started to leak out. Not from WWE officially, mind you, they're still being secretive about the whole thing, but from medical sources and people close to AJ. The early diagnosis is a grade 2 MCL sprain with potential meniscus damage. For those of you who don't know what that means, let me break it down. Your MCL, that's your medial collateral ligament, is one of the major ligaments that keeps your knees stable. A grade 2 sprain means there's significant tearing of the ligament, but it's not completely ruptured. In most cases, this is a 6 to 8 week injury for a normal person, but AJ Styles is not a normal person. He's a 47-year-old professional wrestler who's been destroying his body for 25 years. His knees already have the wear and tear of someone 20 years older. The meniscus damage is what really concerns me. The meniscus is the cartilage in your knee that acts as a cushion between your bones. If that's torn, and early reports suggest it might be, that could require surgery. And surgery at AJ's age with his mileage, that's a minimum 4 to 6 month recovery. And that's if everything goes perfectly. But here's what's really eating me up inside. This injury was preventable. Multiple people who were at rehearsal the day of the show have said that AJ expressed concerns about doing the phenomenal forearm in this match. His knee had been bothering him for weeks. He wanted to modify the spot, maybe have Gunther catch him and counter it in a different way that wouldn't require AJ to land on that leg with his full body weight. But according to sources, he was told the spot was essential to the match layout, that it was what the producers wanted, that it would pop the crowd. So AJ, being the professional he is, being the team player he's always been, said okay. He went out there and did the spot, and now he's paying the price. You know what really gets me? After the match, after AJ was helped to the back, after it was clear this was a serious injury, there was apparently a meeting with the producers. And you know what the general agreement was? The match was great. They loved it. They thought it was a huge success. Never mind that one of their top stars was in the medical room with ice wrapped around his knee. Never mind that they might have just shortened the career of one of the greatest wrestlers alive. The match looked good, so mission accomplished, right? Wrong. So incredibly wrong. Let's talk about something that WWE definitely doesn't want us talking about. The money. AJ Styles is